जी दरबा साहब।
Hari Om, Namaskar.
नमस्कार।
The universe and the world that we live in has got so much of infinite variety and the inscrutable design of the divine that sometimes every time we see what is around us, uh, we are bewildered with the magnificence and the splendor of the glory of the Lord, if we believe that it is the Lord who created. And those who do not believe so, that the Lord is not the creator, but the human is the creator. But we believe that even the human who created the rest of the world, which we see around, and we take comfort from the scientific discoveries and then the inventions for the benefit of the humanity. Any of the appliances which has made the life so comfortable around us is due to the intellect which is bestowed upon on the humans by the grace of the Lord. And all that we see around is nothing but the manifestation of the glory, the opulence, the magnificence, the splendor, the miracle of the unknown entity, which we call the Almighty, Bhagavan or the Lord, or in whichever form, whichever name that we call it. And it has got a lot of variety. Not to talk about the other material forms like the mountains, the valleys, the trees, the animals, the flowers, the fruits, and all that which is there in the nature, the oceans, the rivers, everything that we are, the air that we breathe and then we live, and everything has to come from the nature only, even by the human being, for a change of the mutation and of the discovery or the invention that has made for the benefit of the humanity later on with the intellect of the human, as I'm saying, is also given diya hua hai. That's with that belief to reinforce that kind of a belief, leaving alone those kind of the entities, the pipilika, the Brahma Pariyanta or the Brahmanda, the whole thing from the ant to the galaxies, it is all happening and then moving with some divine energy which is inexplicable. So that is understood, and that is understood because of the great benefit that we have in this part of the planet, in India, because we are endowed and bestowed with the Sruti, Smriti, Purana, and then the other Sanatan, Dharmic literature, Vangmaya, and then the Jnana that we have. And not to talk about all those things, the infinite variety also has got variety of the people. There are several people we see around who are self-proclaiming the gurus, Swamijis, Babas, the Pravachan Kartas, Kathavachak, scholars, speakers, professors, lecturers, teachers, motivational speakers. Like that, we have several infinite variety of the people. And all of them are communicating something to the others for the benefit of the others. Why am I saying all this? Let's take one speaker. I mean, or a scholarly disposition. If somebody is delivering a discourse or a lecture or a talk, there are two reasons. One, more often than not, the more scholarly the person is, the chances of his exhibition of his scholarship takes precedence over the other things, as I have observed whenever we go to the complexity that we bring in, but the simplicity and the humility. And most of the times, the human achievements could create some kind of pride and then arrogance and ahankar, or there is a possibility. So, but the humility is the mother of all virtues. And here, Bhagavan, in the second part of the five verses that we are talking, is taken mentioned around 16 kind of virtues that he talked about. And there are 16. And in our Sanatan Dharma, 16 has got a significance. Shodasha Kala Paripurna, that's what they say. When it is 16, it is supposed to be the complete and things like that. Probably that is the reason it looks like he has given the mention about buddhi, jnana, asammoha, kshama, satya, ahimsa, shama, dama, samata, tushti, santosha, dana, yasha, kirti, tapas. These are some of the list of the things in a sequential order. And since the time is not come here, so and already the first two, three speakers have taken up the details of these things, and चा साहब ने अच्छी तरह बताए हैं बुद्धि और से लेकर तपस तक. So these are while these are there, my father, I used to be very weak in mathematics, and my name is Shriram and Ramu बुलाते थे. And he tried his level best to teach me mathematics, and it was a very difficult task for him. Then one day I was talking to him, and I used to, so मेरे को मारते भी थे. Then he told me, my mother asked him, why do you want to, this fellow, he will never understand this mathematics. So you do something about it and then put him somewhere else. Why are you breaking your head? My father was a BA mathematics those days, but he was very passionate about mathematics. Then he used to say, hey, listen, hey, Bhagini, Tunu Devi Pravakshyami, like that, like a Parvati to the Parameshwar to the Parvati. Like that, my father was telling my mother, see, if you have to teach mathematics as a professor, even today I am a professor. I worked for 30 years in corporate. And of course, I was a trainer and a HR guy. And in that sense, I am telling you now, sharing with you this interesting thing. To teach mathematics, it is not enough. My mother told, to teach mathematics, it is not enough if you know mathematics. To Ramu. To teach maths to Ramu, it is not enough for you to know mathematics, but you should know Ramu also very well. That was a brilliant thing my mother said to the father, and I have shared in hundreds of my training programs, so which I am sharing. Why is it important? Because here Bhagavan has started by saying, Bhuya eva, repeatedly what he is saying. He said this repeatedly. Why is he repeating? Is because of repetition is nothing but reinforcement. And he is also mentioned in the second verse. I am just touching upon very relevant points. He said even Maharshinam Suraganaha, they also failed to understand this divine complex and then the sublime knowledge. But why I will repeat it to you, reinforce it to you, because Bhagavan is Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. When a normal teacher who is trying to teach a normal pupil and a student, he is understanding. Imagine the Jagat Guru who is interested in the welfare, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham, he said, in the welfare, well-being, wellness, and then the Ichha to fair wellness to the people, that is the welfare. Hitakamyaya, that's what he said. And I am telling you, and why am I telling you? This is because you are a Shraddhalu, you are a Jignasu, and you are a Priyamanaya. That's what is another beautiful Mahabaho. Mahabaho is not about the Bahubali 1 or Bahubali 2 that we are aware of. It's not about this thing. It is because Maha, when we say that the सत्कर्म से जो बाहु जो अच्छे हो गए हैं वो महाबाहु कहलाया जाता है. And in that sense you are such a punyatma and also Jignasu and Shraddhalu. Now that 9 chapters I have already spent, now welcome to the 10th chapter to understand my vibhuti and the glory. You are ready now, so I will explain to you. These are the 16 which are part of my glories and which are the virtues. And of course, the similar kind of a set of things, and I used to conduct a training program based on that. The first 3 verses of the 16th chapter, there are 26, and that's what I used to call them special chabis. And then I have conducted training programs. Here he is talking about sweet 16. He is a similar kind of a set of things he is telling, right. And he is giving it to the person in the way the other person has to understand. There is no point in me sitting here and giving the management jargon to prove that how great a professor I am and a PhD and things like that. And also what kind of a great manager I am, and then which is irrelevant. And if the people do not understand who are there other side, who are the receivers and then the listeners and the pupil and the disciples, I mean the purpose of my teaching will not be so successful. And hence he is making it a reinforcement in a lucid and manner, even if it is for the the benefit of the repetition in the Vibhuti Yoga, and people tend to believe what they see and what is given as an evidence. And he is making it so much of effort, Bhagavan, to make it to the people to easily understand in more than several ways from chapter 1 to so far and going forward in the 8 chapters. I think that is a beautiful way of explaining the Jagat Guru thing.
Right.
And why we need to understand the glory of the Bhagavan is when we compare ourselves the magnitude of the galactical universe, that is other manifestation of the Bhagavan. Whether Bhagavan existed or not, okay, even if it is a Nirguna Parabrahma, if you look at it, the magnificence, how tiny speck that we are, that creates a sense of humility in us. The moment we are humble, the chances of we learning from the higher source of knowledge are much more. And that is the thing I think he seems to be communicating here. And in the second round, if there is something, we can have some jignasu discussion. Thank you.
आपकी बात 16 आना सही है। 16 का मामला बताया आपने। हमारे रुपए के 16 हिस्से थे पहले, 16 आना। ये भी बात
करेक्ट,
ये बात देखने लायक है। राम सिंह साहब से करा देंगे कंक्लूड।
Okay, based on what is being discussed here, मैं कहता हूं कि nothing can come from nothing. Nothing can come from nothing. Everything has to come from something. It's like a riddle, but that is how it is.
Yeah, it's true.
शून्य से शून्य कैसे हो सकता है? That is why हमारे यहाँ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदम् is there, and that's why पूर्ण का जिक्र किया हुआ है. So nothing can come from nothing, and everything has to come from something. So then free will and then destiny, predestination is answered. And yad bhavam tad bhavati. Now Nathkarni Sahib is talking about quantum. The whole quantum is based on yad bhavam tad bhavati. Because the universe is illusion, they are saying. And if you think that it is illusion, it is illusion. That's why Adi Shankara and then all Upanishads are telling, Are Modamati, ye jano, Brahma Satyam, Jagan Midya, Brahma Satyam, Jagan Midya, they are saying. Now here also, right now on the third and fourth sloka, Boss is also saying, the Lord is also saying that Matta eva bhava bhavanti. That yadbhavam tadbhavati, that bhava comes from where? Matta eva bhava, sarva bhava, eva bhava bhavanti. All feelings, all these thoughts are also emanating from me only. The moment you realize that asammuda, सभी लोग ये जान नहीं सकते. असम्मूढ़ा जो होता है, जो वाइज एंड इंटेलिजेंट श्रद्धालु, जो ज्ञानी होता है, जो जिसका ज्ञान का उदय होता है, प्राप्त होता है, वही जान सकता है. The moment you realize, because ignorance is darkness, and when they say sin, it is not about sin and then some blood has to come and then we are all born sin and it has to purge, the blood has to, ये सब नहीं है. Either if I have to take it in the context, the sin is ignorance. The moment you get rid of that ignorance, you sarva papat pramuchyate. That's what Bhagavan is saying here.
Right.
The moment you realize that all your sins of ignorance will be purged, and you will understand my glory, my